When we do the roof systems, you got to remember it's a monolithic roof system, which means there are no seams. There's nowhere that water can penetrate. Unlike your typical systems, when you spray the foam on top of the cap sheet, all those lines you see, those are the seams underneath the roof.
Right, I see. So when you do hot tar, basically you've got seams everywhere, whereas when you do spray foam and this coating, there's no seams anywhere.
Correct.
What's the lifespan of something like this?
20 years.
Is there some kind of warranty on that?
Yeah, it's a 10-year manufacturer's warranty and a 10-year labor warranty. If you want to have a spec job, and you have to pay for this, the manufacturer will spec the job. You got to use a certain thickness of foam. You got to use a certain type, because they have several different types of coating. You can purchase extended warranties by the manufacturer, where the manufacturer will stand behind it for, let's say, 15 years or 20 years, 25 years.
So the standard is 10 years, but then you can get an extended for 15 to 20 years.
Correct. See those air conditioning units, Tim? On this particular building, we didn't have to do anything to the AC units because they're on curbs. Now, what's very typical on older buildings, they didn't build curbs for the AC units to stand on. All they have is
So when you say curbs, you mean like this platform that it's on?
Right there. Right there. They have curbs already, so it's done correctly. On older buildings, they'll have a steel frame that's set on top of the roof system that the AC unit will stand on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a poor application. It ends up wearing out the roof system after a while because of the vibration of the AC unit. And if it has those steel frames, what we'll do is we'll build curbs for the AC units to stand on, and we put a sheet metal cap on top of it to make it watertight. We lift the unit up a couple inches using jacks. Sometimes we have to use a crane, but we'll lift it up. We'll slide the new curb and the sheet metal pan underneath the AC unit, and then we'll foam around it. And that's when it comes to the air conditioning work, the duct work that enters the building, we'll coat that as well. See the big white box that's bolted next to the, right there? That's the duct work that the air flows into the building.
Right.
We will seal that against the AC unit, but we'll also coat it. So the cool air that is...
Oh, I see. So what you're saying then is because that's ductwork, you're going to actually seal and coat that with the spray foam as well.
Right.
Which is going to improve the efficiency of the cooling system.
Yeah, so exactly. So the cool air isn't going out the seams, and it's not being heated by the sun because it's just sheet metal.
Right.
We'll add like a ½ an inch of foam and do 2 coats of coating on top of there, just to make sure that the ductwork is insulated so the cool air stays cool going into the building. So that helps them save, and we do that on every building or residential house.
So you've mentioned residential a couple of times in terms of flat roofs. How often do you end up with a flat roof with an AC unit on a residential building? That sounds unusual to me.
No, it's very common. I think because you live in Utah, with the snow that you get, you probably don't see it as much. In Arizona, it's very common.
Well, I know one of these was residential.
Escondido New Custom Home.
Right, but that's on the inside.
Yeah, we did insulation on that as well.
On the outside? Oh, there we go. That's the outside. So you did the inside, like we just looked at, but also you did this, which is putting spray foam on the surface of the roof itself.
Correct.
And that was Arizona?
No, that one's in Escondido. That one's in California.
All right, so it's not unusual to have flat roofs like this.
No.
So
No.
what they're doing here is they're putting this is spray foam that we can see here going on the surface.
Correct.
And did you apply this surface here? Was this a new construction?
Yes. It was new construction, and now spray foam only has a C fire rating. We have to add a fire barrier to the foam. So what we do is we screw down a 1/4 inch of Densdack.
And that's what these squares are here.
Yep, and we screw that down with plates, so the screw heads just don't pop out. You have like 3-inch plates.
Well, that's these
And
things.
Yep, and you screw that down on top of the plywood, and then you spray the foam right over the top. Now you have your fire-rated roof system.
So what is DensDeck?
It's a fire-rated board, fiberglass board.
Ah, okay. You applied all of this DensDeck fire rating, fire resistance, and then you're putting spray foam over the top of it to seal it.
Yep.
Applying how much? What depth did you do on this one?
That was 1 inch.
And then you would coat that as well?
Correct. 2 layers of elastomeric roof coating.
That's, again, it's reflective and it helps to seal and make the whole thing waterproof.
Yes.
Everything that we've looked at so far has been closed cell.
Yes.
Do you ever use open cell on a commercial building?
For insulation, yes.
So why would you use open cell on a commercial building? What circumstance?
It's a lot cheaper, and if they're just looking for thermal and an air seal, they can save a lot of money by doing that. And remember, open cell is better for sound. Down in San Diego, we did a gym. It was a workout gym, and they wanted on their cardio area where they have loud music, and they didn't want the people working out with the weights be disturbed by all the loud music going on, so they had me do the wall in between that with open cell foam because they wanted a good sound barrier.
So how thick would you do it then?
Oh, we did that 8 inches thick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Presumably, when you're going for the maximum sound insulation, you're going to fill the cavity, presumably, are you?
Yeah, if it's framed with 2x10s, we usually take it out to the end. Get as much in there as you can.
So that's the other component of commercial projects then. If sound is the main issue or the priority, then you might use open cell and fill the cavity to get the maximum sound insulation.
Correct.
It's just not immediately obvious, I think, that a gym is necessarily something where sound becomes an issue, but that's a good example of it, I think.
Yep.
I imagine there's going to be a lot if you've got an office block near an airport or something like that. That might then become a priority.
Yep.
Or anywhere where there's a lot of background noise and you want to insulate it.
A lot of sound studios in Hollywood and LA, Beverly Hills, yeah.